We're here with Howard Fineman from the Huffington Post. Howard, you look so at home at this rally. How much do you like covering Iowa?
I love Iowa. I probably spent about 6 months of my life all told here in Iowa. There are no nicer people in the country. There are no people who take politics more seriously, and yet they have a sense of humor about it. But I think if you think American democracy is going down the drain, if you worry about the future of the country and the notion that people don't care about politics, come to Iowa. They really do. And if the whole rest of the country paid as much attention as the people in Iowa do, I think we'd have much better government.
So we're here at a Hillary rally, and it's pretty enthusiastic. Do you think she has a shot at winning here? Because it's been Bernie, Bernie, Bernie for a couple days.
Yes. Well, I do think she has a chance. I think she's much better organized than she was in 2008. And I think Bernie Sanders, while he has a lot of appeal, is appealing in part to some people who've never voted before, who may not be so likely to turn out. Every one of Hillary's supporters is going to turn out, and that's what gives her a shot at pulling this off. I think it's going to be close.
You heard Bernie yesterday complaining about the Hillary campaign, bad-mouthing him and claiming that he was going to bus people in. There's always stories of people being bussed in from other states at the caucuses.
Yeah.
Is that a true thing that happens, or just an urban myth?
I think it's more of an urban myth because the caucuses, and especially on the Democratic side, are by nature very social events. People come in and they have to go stand in a particular place for a candidate. People generally know who their neighbors are. Somebody who wanders in with a different accent from a different place, who doesn't know who the difference between a Hawkeye and a Cyclone, those are two sports teams here, are going to be pulled out of the line very quickly. I think it may happen, but very, very rarely.
Okay, let's talk about the Republicans. Senator Cruz did not have the best night at the debate. Actually, maybe you think he did all right.
Hold on. Who are you filming for?
Maybe say I'm just getting gender.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Go ahead.
This is what it's like at the caucuses. Everyone's shooting everyone else. Howard, you're a great reporter. You know what's going on. All right, so Senator Cruz.
Yes. Well, Senator Cruz, I thought was interesting. I went to one of his events the other night, and he's still trying to make sure he's got as much evangelical support as possible. His game plan was to have all the evangelicals. But the weird thing is that Donald Trump, even with his New York values and even with his past support of abortion rights, is appealing to a lot of evangelicals. My take on that is Ted Cruz is very competitive and could win, but the fact that he's still trying to lock up what should have been already locked up for him is not a good sign for Ted Cruz.
And what about Rubio? Who do you think is the sneaker candidate? Isn't there always a
There's
sneaker?
always going to be, yes. I think if somebody finishes a close third here, that's going to be big news, because here everything's been about the big four. It's been about Hillary, Bernie, Ted, and Donald. There's a fifth name, and I don't know who that's going to be. The talk is Rubio. If it is Rubio, that's going to give him some momentum going into New Hampshire, where then he'll have to really deliver, and where things are very divided at that level.
And then you're off to New Hampshire, right?
Yes, it's supposed to snow, by the way. They're calling for snow caucus night or the morning after. So a lot of people are going to try to get on the charter planes of the campaigns to go directly from here to New Hampshire. I'm going home to Washington for one day and then turning around and heading up to New Hampshire.
But let's be honest, Howard, this is about as good as it gets, right? These 4 weeks in election coverage.
This is a nonstop, wall-to-wall, total immersion in what American politics really is. And you gotta like it, you gotta love it, because people take it seriously. You're watching the best part of American democracy happen right before your eyes. People participating, different kinds of people, they all get their say, and what more could you ask for in a democracy like ours?
Thank you, Howard Fineman.
You're very welcome. And thank you to the Haddad clan.